go! Yes, everybody, we are back with some more Kagurabachi content, ladies and gentlemen. And I do apologize for my absence last week on last week's chapter review. I got my new PC in. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Ryzen 7 5700X, look, 3060 action, oh yeah, AS Rock B550 Pro 4, motherboard, all that, yeah. Yeah, man. This is my first and only time ever building a PC, and I'm never doing it again. This shit literally took years off of my life, and it was, man, I don't even want to tell you the stuff I've been dealing with, having to like reconfigure my internet and the modem, and the people over at my internet provider just have no idea what they're doing. I don't want to talk about it. But when we last left off with Kagurabachi, we had our boy Chihiro continuing his quest of revenge, and he actually knows now what happened with this incident that occurred so many years ago in the Seitei War. Now, we in the audience don't know, but he actually got Shiba to tell him what was going on, and Chihiro actually, when Samura caught him, was pronounced dead. Medically, he died on the table, but somehow he came back to life. Now, we don't know if this was necessarily Samura's ability or if it was something else entirely, because we still don't know the identity of Chihiro's mother. Now, Weeb actually has a video, and he talks about a theory about how Char and Chihiro could be related, and I think there could be some credence to that, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. I don't think Chihiro's mother is in the Hishaku or anything like that. That seems kind of cliche. I would really hate that if Hokazono did that. I have faith in him. I think he knows better than to do something like that. But our boy Chihiro now has new drip. He now has the Kawanabe suit, and he is now part of the Samura counter defense force. I hate saying the names of these forces, man, because they all end up being fodderized, but I don't know, they're the main characters, so we'll see. I don't know. So we start off this chapter. We have a cute little moment where the Masumi are kind of pampering Chihiro because he is their new master for the moment. And actually, we haven't gotten their names yet, and I don't think we will. I've been lying in anticipation, waiting for their names and their true identities, but I don't think that they would. I mean, they're ninjas. Their identities aren't important to the people who they serve. They're just one entity as far as they're concerned. Their only purpose is to protect them and serve as their will. So it makes sense. That's why they're always seen as the Masumi. They don't have any names in particular or anything like that. But I am glad that Chihiro now has more peers that appear to be around his age. So on page 4, we have Uda's condition being brought up once again, which does make me a little nervous because I'm really hoping that for, Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers, so skip ahead 10 seconds if you're not caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga. I'm hoping we're not running into a Nobara situation once again, because it's the same thing where they're like, oh, well, I wonder about Uda's condition. And then the coroner's office told us to not get our hopes up. So this is the second time it's been brought up, so it's looking like Uda is possibly going to be coming back in, I don't know, maybe 50 to 60 chapters. Maybe the Udaha Copers are on something. I have no idea. I don't know necessarily how I feel about this certain plot point here. So I hope he stays dead. I hope we get a lot of Udaha backstory in the Seitei War flashback. There's a lot riding on the Seitei War flashback. There is a ton of hype and a lot of world building that needs to be done with this. It's the crux of the manga, and I have faith that Hokazono will prevail with how he does it. So we'll see. So Mini Samura says that right now the Kamunabi, Hishaku, and Samura are in a 3-way deadlock. The leadership sent us to take some kind of preemptive action, but while we were resting, we scoured the landscape and found no trace of the Hishaku. It's like that wild rampage 3 days ago never happened. Now, they say that Samura left them a trail, even in broad daylight, and something terrifying, those owl eyes, they never went away. Apparently, they're just in the sky, they just stay up there. So for the past day or two, or however long Chihiro was in the hospital, they've just been sitting in the sky. That is fucking terrifying. Can you imagine just waking up, going to brush your teeth, make yourself some oatmeal, and, get ready for your day? You go outside for the second day in a row, and you look up and just see these owl eyes staring down at you. Like, what? Like, what do you do? I mean, me personally, I'm minding my business. I mean, there's not shit I can do about that. But that's freaky, man. How was this used in the war? Like, what was this, like a civilian locator for hostages, or just straight up offense? Because I'm assuming that's what this is. Now, the leaders of the Kamunabi believe that these owl eyes is a high energy spirit energy detector. And actually, we come to the conclusion that if Chihiro were to draw Enten at any point in the future, Samura would just come after him and kill him instantly. Or at the very worst, he would just know exactly where he is and he would be on his way very shortly, which is absolutely terrifying. The sheer aura of this man, Samura, is absolutely crazy. Y'all gotta sit and think. They are in a three-way deadlock between two organizations and one individual man. One man is taking on two organizations by himself. That is crazy glaze. Like, did Aizen get this glaze? Did Madara get this glaze? No, Madara had it way worse. I mean, they had little statues of that nigga in Final Valley. Like, I don't, never mind. Madara glaze was something different. Let me not be talking like that. Hold on. And we actually have a very interesting development into what the Kaminabi's plan is. So we actually know that the Hishaku could possibly have a hostage for Samura as leverage with his daughter. Now, according to records, his daughter died April 16th from acute heart failure, and apparently Samura and his wife were divorced a long time ago, living apart. But 3 years ago, the Kaminabi put the contracted sword bearers' families under protection and surveillance, restricting their activities for their safety. Samura himself hated that his daughter had to live under such restricted conditions, so he had his daughter's death faked, and he actually had her memories of him wiped so she could actually live, and actually a spell was put on her so she would be unrecognizable to anybody as Samura's daughter. So I'm very interested to see what kind of sorcery goes on in the world of Kagurabachi, because it doesn't seem to be just physical things, it can be mental things or how you see things as well. We got a slight hint of this with the one guy who showed Shoujo his trauma, and Shoujo saw that field of flowers, so the dead bodies hanging upside down. So I'm curious to see more of this. I like this, I do. This is very interesting. Yes, give me more magic abilities besides water, fire, and ice. Yes. Yes. Now, interestingly enough, Mei Samura says that she herself wouldn't realize she's his daughter even if she met him. It was the price Mr. Samura paid to ensure her freedom and safety, to sever the memory of their connection to each other. I will tell you right now that the Hishaku are absolutely suicidal if they decided to fuck with Samura's daughter. That would turn him up to 2. He would literally just say, fuck that plan, I'm just killing everybody now. And he would just start just going all around Japan, just killing everybody. He wouldn't even wait the week. So I'm very curious to see what kind of plan that they have with Samura's daughter here, because I feel like if they tried literally anything, he would just turn the fuck up. I mean, we know how fast he is, so I don't know. They would have to have some sort of very elaborate plan to like have her across the country somewhere or something. I don't know. Now, while yes, Samura's daughter should be undetectable, Mini Samura says, but the Hishaku succeeded in assassinating Kunishige. They undid the seal in the Shinushi in just 3 years. We can't afford to underestimate their power as sorcerers, which is exactly what I was saying, which is why Samura is underestimating them as well. We know how strong the blades are, or at least he does, by the way. He knows that those blades are fucking issues, but he doesn't know what new methods and means that the Hishaku have at getting around and circumventing this. Uda is very intelligent. We know this. As much pressure as Samura was putting on him face to face, Uda just had a smile on his face, just a blank expression. He didn't react. He wasn't emoting. He knows what's going on. He literally looked up at those owls in the sky and he was like, oh, I guess our movement's gonna be restricted for a little bit. Just gotta chill out. It's all right though. Like, come on now, Samura. Come on now. You literally should have killed him right there. You should have just killed him right there. But hey, Uda knew he was valuable, so I respect it. So Mei Samura hatches a plan if the Hishaku is putting its hopes of defeating Samura on her. Taking her into our custody would serve as a check against both Samura and the Hishaku. And now Chihiro asks, where is she? And then we have this terrifying shot of, looks like to be some sort of school or college building or something, with the eyes still in the sky. So dude, the fact that it's broad daylight, but it looks like it's a little nighttime, it just never turns off. That is bro, I'm not fighting this man. Be honest with me, do y'all think Shiba or Samura got the flee on sight order if you were the enemy faction, right? Like, it had to be Shiba, because everybody, even Yuta is still freaked out by Shiba. Like, Samura, he's kind of chilling, but like, even Yuta was like, listen, I don't want no smoke with Shiba, man. We gotta move a little different around here. You know what I'm saying? realistically, what kind of damage could Shiba do to you? I mean, teleportation's a hell of a thing. He can literally teleport his entire body inside of you and just make you explode from the inside out. He could like teleport your heart outside of your body. He could do crazy shit. Or he could just like randomly touch you and just drop you from the sky, do it to like 30 people in a second. Like, I mean, teleportation, there's a lot you could do, man. So we are now introduced on the next page to 2 new Hishaku members. And listen, all I'm saying is, close enough. Welcome back, Utah goats. Dude, you can't tell me he's not supposed to be like an evil version of Yuta, right? You got the jacket, you got the sword, the way it's sheathed. Come on now. Come on, that's just Yuta in another dimension. It looks just like him. So apparently the guy's name is Kuguri, and he is walking around with Kume-yuri trying to get an attachment to it. So apparently Sojo says that it's important to deepen your understanding of the blade in preparation for when he can wield it, or in this case, when Hirohiko dies. Now, does Hirohiko know this? I have no idea. But another Sojo mention, that I like that. I do like the fact that Sojo is still present in the story. He's very present. Like we had a couple weeks ago with those Sojo memes where he's popping up as a jump scare everywhere. But like in the story, he's actually coming in like that. I like that. I do like that. I do. So we know that Kuguri, as well as the female Hishaku member, their goal is to kidnap a kid, or Sora's daughter in this case. And Yuta told them that it's a gamble, but if they are willing to wait, they'll reveal the goods. And so on the last page of this chapter, we have the owl's eye looking down and looking through the glass at Sora's daughter. So there's a lot of implications here. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with Sora's daughter. There's a couple different things that can happen, and none of them are good. Either one, Sora sacrifices himself and his daughter picks up Tobimune, and she's cursed with this thing, so she has to fight eternally now until she dies, which absolutely sucks, because she'll now have a target on her back forever with an enchanted blade until she were to die and the contract would be canceled out. Or B, she dies and Sora just says, fuck it, I'm killing everybody now. Neither of those are really good options. So yeah, I do think that from Mini Sora's standpoint is the best option to keep her safe and keep her away from any and all people, including Sora, and just kind of use her as a bargaining chip. And be like, hey, we can protect her. We're not going to hurt her, but if you keep fucking with us, we're going to leave her alone. Then the Hishaku are going to get her. Then what? Now, people are saying that she could possibly be a romance interest for Chihiro. I can't see it personally. I don't think so. I don't think this is that kind of manga. Now I'm looking at her in the face. She does kind of look like Chihiro, which is weird because some of the, we have 2 other females that look distinctly different, but like she just looks very similar to Chihiro and the slender face and the eyes. That's literally just like a gender bent Chihiro that I'm looking at it. Now, Hokazono has said in the past that he struggles with drawing women. What I think that he means that he struggles with drawing like very feminine features such as breasts and butts and boobs and all that, but none of the women in Kagurabachi are like that. But actually I do like that. I mean, I think people are very attracted, including myself, are very attracted to Hiyuki for a reason, not because she's showing off a lot of cleavage, because of her personality. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what Chihiro's crew is going to be able to do, man. I'm very curious to see what Kuguri's sorcery is. I'm very curious to see what this girl Hishaku's sorcery is. If I'm correct, I think we need 4 more Hishaku members that we have to see. So we have Yuta, we have Dark Genus, we have Hatshaku, we have these 2, we have Hirohiko, and I believe that those are the only ones that we have seen. So there's 4 more Hishaku members. Now we know that there's another girl and that there's another samurai, but besides that, there's 2 more that we haven't seen. So as far as what these guys do, I have no idea. There's something I can glean as far as a theory or anything off of this. Maybe he's got something with knives and blades. That's why he has the Kume-yuri in a sheath. I don't know. I can't really speculate at this current time. But I'm very curious to see what the Masumi are gonna do, man. I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do. Now I want them. Masumi, I want them to gain their own personal wants and gain their own personal feelings. Now, Sora was trying to. Maybe Chihiro can be the final stepping stone so they can actually pick their own name. Maybe they can actually see themselves as people and just kind of reject this old traditional idea of just being these hired on extensions of their masters. I do think that's the message Hokazono is ultimately going to convey here. But good chapter. A bit of a slowdown. I have no problem with that. Take your time. Take your time. Don't rush. This is the kind of stuff I like, man. Get that world building out, right? Don't pad it out, but make sure you hit those individual beats. Give us some new, fresh stuff, right? Sora having a daughter and having a wife he divorced, I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have had no idea, but this is interesting. This is some good stuff. I like the intricate playing that we're getting from this scene. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this past chapter of a Kagurabachi. And yeah, it's been one day. If you guys think that's what's joining me on this video, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next chapter. Make sure you take care of yourselves, guys, and have a damn good one. Peace.